Hi, I'm Ridma Borlugoda, and in this video I present to you my journey through Joondalup Central Park. I went to a walk in Joondalup Central Park, which is situated near my home. My major purpose of this walk was to explore the beauty and natural environment of the park and reflect my ideas on how languages of math and science can be contributed. It was a sunny day with a slight breeze, which made it a perfect day to explore the park. The first thing that caught my attention was the pond. There was a few ducks in the pond, and the instant thought that came to my mind was to count the number of ducks in the pond. I wondered what children would say and think if they see the ducks swimming in the pond. According to Young and Elliot, the best scientists ask questions. They wonder why things happen, and they are creative and open to discovery. In my opinion, children are the best scientists in the world. When I approached the pond without disturbing the ducks and explored how they swim, I was fascinated by how the water ripples move when the ducks were swimming. The reflection of ducks on water made me wonder how my reflection would appear in water. I reached much closer to the pond and observed how my reflection appears on water and how it changes with the movements I made. This can be considered as a part of STEM learning with regard to science. Hold'em indicates that science is the knowledge that can be acquisitioned through a combined process of observation, investigation, as well as experimentation. The park was full of trees. There were different types, which made me wonder how each tree differed from each other. The trees showed their differences in height, shape, and leaves, number of branches, and the type of flowers. I was fascinated how diverse the nature was. Looking at trees made me realize how important they are for the survival of nature. Trees provide us oxygen and shade. They also are home to many species, including birds and insects. When I looked at the ground, it was filled with leaves. I was fascinated with the differences I could observe. The main difference was the color change. The leaves on the trees are green, while the leaves on the ground are brown. Other than that, the leaves were of different shapes and sizes. My walk through Joondalup Central Park made me realize the trees, flowers, and bushes in the nature are living organisms that constantly change and adapt over time, just as how children change and adapt with time. Then I came over to a tall man-made structure in the middle of the park. My initial thought was how tall this structure is. I brainstormed different ideas that I can use to measure the height of this structure. The structure was taller than me, which made me wonder how a child would see it. To a child's eye, this structure would look like a giant. However, today I realized that there is a lot to explore and wonder in the park, and each tiny detail is a part of the amazing nature.